What's going on, guys? Tony Hannity's here from Lazy Tech TV, and today we are taking a look at a brand new gaming mouse for your computer. Now, we already did a gaming mouse from Sound Blaster, and although that had some merits, it also had some, let's say, some drawbacks. And the company of HyperX has come out with the Pulsefire FPS Mouse. So it's an FPS mouse, meaning that it is kind of dedicated or created for you individuals that play first-person shooters like Overwatch, CSGO, things of that nature. But of course, you can use it for anything else, really. The nice thing about this mouse is that although the price isn't too expensive compared to some of the other gaming mice that are out there, it's a fairly solid mouse. It uses Omicron type switches for your main buttons. On the mouse, it's got 6 main buttons, including the button wheel that you can use. And it has what they call grip or anti-slide grip on the sides, and we'll get back to that. The full design of the mouse, it's a little bit smaller than the Creative Siege mouse. However, it is taller. So if you're like me and you rest the base of your palm right on the mouse pad and or desk as you're using your mouse, in my opinion, this actually holds better and is a little bit better ergonomically for your wrist. Using the Siege mouse over hours editing videos such as this, I did find I had a little bit issue with my wrist. However, with the HyperX Pulsefire mouse, it did hurt, but not as much as the Siege mouse. Now back to that grip that they talk about. They say it has a no slide grip texture, meaning that it's not going to slide out of your hand, though I do have to disagree with that. This is very slippery compared to the Siege mouse. The Siege mouse, that thing ain't going anywhere. And because of the contortion of this, when you look at it from a bird's eye view, it is a little bit narrower than the Siege mouse. Now, it all depends on what kind of mouse you're used to or what kind of mouse you want to get used to. I will say, because of the overall comfortability, I do like this and prefer this style of mouse, but it does slip out of the hand. The other thing about this mouse is that when it comes to customizability, there really isn't any. There's no application for Windows, Mac, Linux, or anything of that nature for you to be able to specify the different DPI settings that you would like. You have 4 to choose from. You've got 400, 800, 1600, and 3200, which is fine. It's pretty standard for FPS players, but if you want to get into the nitty-gritty between your 400 and 800, say 600 for example, you can't. But with the other ones, you can. The thing about HyperX is some of their lines, not all of them, but some of their lines tend to be more along the mid-grade level, meaning that it's not the most expensive gear that's on the market, but you're going to get some of the best bang for your buck. But because of that, you will be missing out on a few things. But when it does come to DPI, the specificities of it, even though they are preset, they're really accurate. And in games like CSGO or a sniper game like Sniper Fury that I'm playing here, having a higher DPI setting going all the way up to 3200 definitely makes a big difference. But just because you can't customize your mouse like you can with the Siege or maybe the Razer, maybe that's a good thing when it comes to the visual customization. The Siege mouse is just blinking at you. And I know you can turn that off, but if you have it paired with the Vanguard keyboard, you kind of don't want to turn that off because, you know, you want to have them matching, but it's just kind of screaming at you with these bright red, blue, green colors or whatever. The Pulsefire mouse is just that. It's just red. Nothing else. There's no red border. It's just the red HyperX logo on the back side of the mouse. The ball is in red, and then the DPI button will change colors depending on which DPI setting you have, but that's it. And most of the time your hand is covering it. So if you do tend to work in a low lit area, you're not going to have your mouse, at least, brightening up your eyes, maybe not blinding you, but distracting you from your work. Now for this demonstration, I did use the Sound Blaster Pro Gaming mouse pad, but HyperX does have their own mouse pad if you so choose to keep it within the company. But using this pro gaming mouse pad, and I don't think it matters that much, again, not a pro gamer, so tell me in the comments if it really matters that much or not. This works fine on that. The backside of the mouse is super smooth, silk as butter. Is butter silk? And ergonomically speaking, if you are right-handed, because again, that seems to be kind of the standard. Luckily I am, but if you are right-handed, this feels a lot more comfortable to me than some of the other gaming mices. Some of the other gaming mice that are out there. And the last thing I'll say is that it does come with a braided USB cable, and it's a fairly long cable, which in some situations, like in mine, having a long cable is better. I do like the braided cable for the initial reaction, the initial feel of the full packaging, the mouse, the cable, and everything. But over time, the cable itself does fray. Not the inside, but the outside. So the braided part starts to come off and it's just a little ugly looking. You gotta clip those little pieces off. So just a thing to think about. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on my mouse. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions or comments related to this mouse, or if you want to see some more gaming paraphernalia and peripherals reviewed, let me know in the comment section below. Links, as always, for this and other connections are in the description below. Make sure you're following us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Late.